Jen was a mess on Watch What Happens Live. It's like she didn't prepare at all. Some of the responses she got to questions that I would imagine she would expect to be getting. Like, here was this was in the after show. The question was,
what was your reaction to Matt saying that Slade called him to make sure that Katie was on Gretchen's side? And did he do the same to Ryan?
I'm sorry. To me, if I was Jen going on Watch What Happens Live, I would figure that exact question was going to be asked. So what are you going to say? What lie are you going to make up? She was not... her answer goes nowhere. So he did not do the same to Ryan. But what's hard is we all knew these conversations were going on.
With Matt and Slade, but that wasn't the topic. I never felt like, oh my gosh, what is Slade doing?
There was a lot going on between Gretchen trying to make sense of why Katie was saying what she was saying. Gretchen and Slade are like a united, you get one, you get both.
And I wasn't surprised that Slade was asking. I think it was more, and I never even questioned it. It wasn't even like I felt like Ryan was a part of it. He wasn't. It was just...
To me, it's all been so muddied and everybody's got a different variation. And for me, that's where it's starting to get hard. What? What the hell happened here, Jen? Jen was not prepared for this war. She thought it was going to be easy. She was just, there was no prep work, just a mess. But okay, before I get into it, make sure you are subscribed, following the show. And if you're watching on YouTube, like and comment on this video. All right, let's freaking do it. So Tamara is really hosting a whole apology tour trip with just Shannon, Gina, and Jen. Now, how did that come about? What was the thought process? Did Tamara think about it? Did she go, I need to get on good terms with Shannon and Jen, so I'm going to force them to go on a trip with me and going to be really awkward and overly nice to Shannon, and it's going to make everyone uncomfortable and feel weird? What? But in her confessional, Tamara says something that she says this a lot in over the years. She says, I do think that my delivery was very harsh last year with Shannon, and I feel bad about that. But there's so much history there that I don't like to throw away, friendships that are that deep. Yeah, she always talks about history. She always throws that in there like it trumps her behavior. Tamara just kind of thinks that nothing's really worth holding on to that she has said. I feel like I wouldn't say that Tamara holds a grudge. Well, maybe she does actually, because she's still holding against Shannon what happened all the way, however many years ago, when Shannon was going through her divorce. And Tamara was like, you're draining me. You're not there for me. Eddie had a heart thing. You didn't care. That was a long time ago. And she still talks about that. So maybe she does hold a grudge and she just doesn't realize it. So, but yeah, it's just always the history we have is just so deep. So just let it go. Person who's mad at me, let it go. And then maybe she doesn't hold a grudge. Sorry, I just forgot I took a gummy and it's just kicking in as I started talking. I was like, what's happening? Why are my thoughts getting so jumbled? Oh no, damn it. I don't like to, I forgot the timing. What was I thinking? Okay, be cool. We can do this. Damn it. I don't like to be this stoned when I record. It just started creeping up on me. Okay. Oh no. All right. Well, let's see how long it takes me to get through this one. Okay. Let's go on this journey together. Oh no. Okay. I need to put on my glasses so that I can concentrate and get into this. And sorry, I know some people hate when I wear the glasses because they think I don't know that there's glare on them, but sometimes I have to protect my eyes, and right now my eyes are burning. Idiot, Emily. Idiot. All right, we're going to get back into this. Okay. We're getting so many scenes with Emily talking about her children. It's if it's not this scene, it's the next scene. And I'm like, I'm trying not to talk about this, ma'am. I am trying not to talk about the kids. Because I don't want to. I'm not gonna say the wrong thing here. Hell fucking no. And it's just like, I can't. So in 2 different scenes, we get Emily talking about her kids, and I'm not even, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. All right, Tamara's packing for the trip with Sophia, and she shows her the book that she's bringing for Shannon. And the fucking book is How Not to Be a Miserable Cow. What? She has to be kidding. She's kidding, right? And then she's like, but look, it's big font too. And Sophia, for the whole read here, she goes, this is just diss after diss. You're like, oh, you're a miserable human and you're a bitch you can't see. It must be so hard. Like, I can't imagine having like my mom be entrenched in petty trauma like that. Like, I can't imagine my mom being like, I'm going to give this book to my friend and it's How Not to Be a Miserable Cow, and have to be like, it was Tamara was kidding. She had to have been kidding. She had to have been kidding. Because I cannot actually. Gina's packing for the trip, her scene to pack with Travis. And she mentions the conversation that she had with Tamara a few days prior about Shannon's drinking. And I know that we saw in the trailer, the mid-season trailer, that Tamara was going to be like, Gina's worried about your drinking too. But it's just like, Gina, you had to know as soon as those words came out of your mouth to Tamara that you should have gotten ahead of it. Like, she's like, I just don't want Tamara to say anything that's going to upset Shannon. Ma'am? You should already be telling Shannon now, like, hey, just so you know, like, I'm a little concerned about your drinking. Because then when Tamara brings it up, it's not like, oh, because then Shannon's going to be like, I can't, I don't even, you know. I'm trying. I'm like holding on for dear life. I'm like, I can do this. Okay. Woo. Oh, Heather. Okay, guys. Heather is hosting Emily and Gretchen at her penthouse or whatever the fuck it is in LA. And it's absurd. She has like a massage tables with the canopies over them and this treat, this like candy cookie treat area that no one's going to eat. And that party planner, whoever that was, the woman that was helping her set up, was like, they're the double stuffed Oreos. And I feel like she said that because one time they didn't get double stuffed Oreos for Heather's treat display, and it was a problem. There's double stuffed Oreos, and Heather tries to be, she's like, oh, always double stuffed. But I'm like, oh, there was a day where Heather came out to inspect and was like, are those regular Oreos? Those are regular Oreos? Okay. This whole thing feels like Heather's auditioning for Beverly Hills. Like, it doesn't bode in her favor that she just got the whole lie detector test thing with the, do you want to be on Beverly Hills? And she was like, yes, it's closer to my house. And then this is planned. And then like now this little Heather and Beverly Hills thing is planned. So, yeah, just kind of embarrassing is what it is. The place Tamara rented in Temecula is pretty gorgeous. My goodness. But she's just going too over the top with Shannon, giving her the primary and whatnot. But here, what I need to know with Shannon is, why did she bring her entire kitchen? Like, we got an immersion blender, we've got an egg bite maker, we've got serving platters. Now, I get it. Like, she's going to cook. You know, my friend Heather loves to cook, like, loves it. Like, I always feel like I feel bad asking her to cook, but she loves to cook and she's very good at it. And so in a way, I guess I get it, because Shannon has like something in mind and was going to like do whatever. But like, to go down for one night, like, you get there one night and then you have the next day. And then maybe it was whatever, but it's just like, that is so much work. We could have just ordered some food. We really could have, because then this is all just a lot. What a pain in the ass to like pack it up, and oh God. I was getting stressed thinking about what it was like for Shannon to pack that. Like, that's why she was running late. Like, that's 100% why she was running late. She's like, I need a whole other suitcase for these pans. And if anyone was at the house with Shannon, they were like, are you sure you need to bring this? And she was like, yeah, I'm gonna cook, I'm gonna go, whatever, and like doing her whole thing. Okay, so back to Beverly Hills. Heather takes Gretchen and Emily to Rodeo Drive because they're going to go to Crustacean. Crustacean in Beverly Hills has been around forever. And it's just notoriously like Lisa Rinna and Heather go there whenever Lisa Rinna visits Heather on the OC, back before Rinna was on Beverly Hills. So whatever season that was, it might have even been Heather's first season. And she was like, this is my actor friend, Lisa Rinna. They went to Crustacean. I'm 90% positive. Now that I'm saying that, I'm a little too sure of that, and my memory's bad. But Crustacean's been around forever. So anyway, so Heather, though, dressed in her like spaghetti strap, sparkly strap dress and heels, is like walking arm in arm with Kate, with Gretchen and Emily. It looked like kind of embarrassing. I was like, Heather, what are you? She's like showing up, like, look at, here I am in LA. This is me in Beverly Hills now. Like, this is what I do. I don't know. It was a little embarrassing. It looked like a little try hard. Oh, is that mean? Sorry. I know that's kind of mean. I try not to be too mean to them. Right? Well, it doesn't always work. Okay, but while they're on this stroll, this paparazzi is there taking photos. And someone says, whether it be Emily or Gretchen, did you call him? And then that person, that paparazzi person, Sheen or whatever her name was, said, no, she didn't call us. And you know what? Those other photos that I happen to know about immediately that you're referring to, those weren't her either. Huh. Oh. What? Now, I would love to believe, because paparazzi is out on Rodeo, 100%. That's absolutely true. And if there were cameras filming and there was like notice of filming or something, I wouldn't be surprised if they were there because they're like, let's get a picture of them filming. And it's like, you know what I mean? That's just sure, I could see that. It isn't that weird to see paparazzi in that area. Fine. But the fact that this particular person knew exactly what they were referring, she was also a fan of Orange County, clearly, because she knew that there was a whole big thing about Heather calling the paparazzi when she was in Disneyland, and that's specifically what photos. And that person just happened to know. Right there. And I think on the after show, I think Heather's like, I was like, please have them sign a waiver immediately. Please sign a waiver that's beyond the show. Also, I would have thought it was even more believable if that person didn't sign that waiver and they had to like blur the face. I don't know why, like, that would have been more believable to me. But the fact that they were like, hey, I'll show you my face. That's right. This lady here, she didn't give him a call. Like, it was just so set up. Sorry. It just was too perfect. Just like way too perfect. So, I mean, maybe, you know what? Maybe that person, though, is legitimately a fan of, maybe it was a perfect storm and it couldn't have gone better for Heather. Like, I'm pretty gullible. But even that one's a little hard for me to wrap my head around. Sorry. Okay. They go to Crustacean. They're there. And again, it feels very much like Heather's like showing off. Like, here's my restaurant that I like to go to here when I'm here in Los Angeles. That you guys don't live here. I live here. But Heather tells them about how she's taking improv classes and she did a musical and she's doing vocal lessons and acting classes. When Heather talks about doing all these things, it just feels like she's taking it too seriously. You know, like if my friend said to me they were taking improv classes, mean, I can't imagine that friend thinking like, and so now it's going to turn into something. But like, it's just like, okay, like you're doing something for fun. Like I could totally see taking improv classes just for fun, just to keep your brain active. Like, oh, totally. That's actually a great idea. But when Heather says it, it's like she says it like, I don't know. I feel like she's taking herself too seriously. And then it gets awkward. And that's why when they say Heather doesn't have a sense of humor, it's like, this is kind of what it feels like to me. Maybe I'm misreading it. I don't want to yuck her yum, as the kids say, I think. Or maybe just one person said that. And I was like, I'm going to use that. I like it. But okay, I feel like I've made that point. All right, I'm done. I'm done dragging Heather on that. For some reason in this conversation, Emily tells Heather, Jen brought up that you're afraid of Tamra. And so Heather rightfully responds with, okay, what did you say? And it's like, Emily's like, well, I mean, so what annoys me about this approach that Emily took is if you want to tell Heather that you think she's afraid of Tamra, well, then you just tell Heather that. But to be like, so Jen said that you are afraid of Tamra. It's like, okay, well then you're not Jen. So then what do you think about that? Well, I mean, I just feel like maybe you could be. But I'm going to say, Emily, you could be. You have an actual podcast on Tamra's podcast network with your husband. Like something about Legally Brunette or I don't know, Legally something. And yeah, that's like, I feel like if anyone's afraid of Tamra even more than it would be you out of the group, because we kind of saw that. Even when we saw the lie detector test, to which Heather rightfully points out in her confessional. She's like, I'm not the one who's scared, you guys are. And then they showed a flashback of Tamra walking in and Emily and Gina being like, we forgive you, we're good. So it's a little bullshit from Emily. Emily and Gina. It's like, okay, I'm done. I'm done with Gina especially. I'm freaking done. We've been putting up with her long enough. I think the hardest thing about starting a business, like I have this podcast, which is, I guess, a business, is starting. That's the hardest part. In the beginning, it feels like every step you're taking is probably wrong. So finding tools that help can save you so much time. I have actually turned to Shopify for 2 different business ventures. One, when I wanted to be a drop shipper, I thought, and then this podcast for a merch store. But also, like, huge companies use Shopify, like Alo Yoga or Sephora. Shopify has all of these templates because who can design a website? And you can customize the templates to make them match your brand style. And I think you guys know by now I'm very picky about my branding. Shopify even has AI tools that will help enhance product images or even write product descriptions. Or what about generating discount codes? Huh? Yeah, they think of everything for you. And we know it's all about marketing, baby. Shopify helps you easily create email and social media campaigns to push wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. And all that super overwhelming stuff like managing inventory or international shipping, Shopify is like your commerce expert with that stuff. Turn your big business idea into with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/shespeaks. Go to shopify.com/shespeaks. Shopify.com/shespeaks. Well, meanwhile, though, Tamra is ruining any chance she had of making this trip somewhat unawkward. That's not a word. But they're doing this wine tasting lunch thing. I don't know. And she keeps being like, Shannon, I'm so happy you like me now. Or like, Jen likes me too. Jen likes me now too. Yeah. It's so fun. Oh, yeah. So this is literally not the way to do it. It's like she just thinks that she can say it enough. And it also definitely feels like she's just trying to get this done for the cameras so that like everyone can be on a good page with her. She can have all of her friends. Everyone likes Tamra and she doesn't have to be like the bad guy anymore. She's like, can we just not? Like she's trying to not allow. Oh my God, I just realized this. Whoa. So they really were, I'm so stoned. Okay. They really were coming for Tamra. Like all the comments online and all the commentary was like, okay, Tamra is going to get it next season because she gave it to Shannon so hard. So she deserves to get it. And so Tamra knows that, probably, I'm sure, and is like, I'm not going to let that happen. Just get over it. And is taking and she's going on the offensive. Wow. She's like, I'm not just going to sit back and take it. I'm actually going to put it on you guys. Like, oh, okay, you're not going to forgive me? I let things go. Whatever. Fine. It's kind of, I mean, damn it. It's brilliant. It's like it's possible to like get through it. You know, she's throwing them off so much. Like Jen and Shannon are just so thrown off by it. So, I mean, it's working. At one point, Tamra and Gina and then Shannon and Jen like split off. And Gina lets Tamra know that Jen is still upset about that photo. But Tamra immediately blames Heather, which is so her. That is, she's like, oh, no, she just rewrites it. Oh, no, that's actually not what I was doing at all. Like, actually, I'm upset that Heather would frame it that way and call it that. Like, it's on Heather, even though Heather's been actively kind of defending you. Like, when people interpret, like, because even Heather's corrected them a few times. Like, it's not a fatty photo. It's just like, look at how different she used to look. Gina's actually the one who's run with it the most. Like, Gina really wants this to be a thing. Now that I'm realizing that too. Look at me, all the epiphanies, you know? One gummy, sometimes it just gets you. What? Then even as they're walking, Gina and Tamara are walking like out of the vineyard, Tamara goes, I get blamed for everything. No. Jesus, no. But they head to this like wine tasting room thing, and this is where the drama really, really kicks off. Jen wants to know about the fatty photo, and Tamara starts the spin. She goes, I was talking about the fact that I felt like you just changed. You know, you were this really shy, timid girl, super insecure. No need for that. Super insecure. And then you just changed completely. But then, okay, I'm sorry, this is the most problematic, not most, Tamara said worse, I'm sure. But this is one of the many problematic things Tamara has said. In her confessional, she goes, now Jen's boobs are out constantly. She's always wearing tight things. And I don't know if it's just to influence him, but I remember hearing that Ryan likes tits on a stick. And that's pretty much Jen. And I went, oh my God, you are so jealous. I really think you're jealous. I'm scared to say it, but I do. That was right there. I'm actually not scared to say it. I'll lean in. That was a jealous thing to say. So I do think that there is some weight to the theory that Tamara had a crush on Ryan, maybe just an innocent crush on Ryan, at the gym, you know, and at her gym, and maybe enjoyed flirting with him a little bit or something innocently. I'm not even saying there was anything going on. I'm just saying like I could see that. And then when Jen was able to like get in there, it was like, wait a minute, but I wanted that. Like I hate, that's such a basic bitch way of looking at it, but it's just it's what it's feeling like. Okay, because then the reason I'm saying this is because Jen asks, okay, where did things start going wrong bad between us? And Tamara says it was when we went to Cabo with Ryan and he's like, I'm in love with Jennifer. And I go, well, she's married. And he goes, yeah, she's going to leave her husband. And only 2 months prior to that, Will was at our house and now we're looking like assholes because we're hanging out with the boyfriend. And Eddie goes, I feel dirty. Oh, I don't understand. Like, so I don't even think Will is that great of a guy from the way he's handling this divorce. I get he's hurt, but suddenly the man has no money and can't take care of the kids and can't have a house, can't figure out a home for them. Like, what was really going on? How come she was able to have all of those things before with Will, and then when she left Will for Ryan, suddenly he's actually broke? Like, was he doing something shady? Like, I'm confused. So I don't know how great Will is, but it seems like Tamara and Eddie really liked Will and thought that, you know, Ryan was some bad guy for breaking up a marriage or so. I don't know. It doesn't make sense that, that's where like things went wrong for Jen and Tamara. Like, why wouldn't Jen or why wouldn't Tamara like talk to Jen? Or maybe Tamara didn't know? I don't know. I don't know. I just really can't help but think that she felt like she had a little bit of a claim on Ryan somehow or something. Because remember, even when she said that Ryan said he wanted to fuck me. We were like, okay, I'm married. Something, and there's just something to that. If anything I just said makes sense. But then, okay, but Jen, you could see Jen's face when she's saying that is like, because I think Jen hates it when Tamara brings that up. And it's a pretty loaded thing to bring up, by the way. It's a pretty loaded thing to say casually, like, well, 2 months prior, I'm entertaining Will, and then Ryan saying he's in love with you. Like, she's going to leave her husband. Like saying that's a big thing to say on camera. Okay? Big thing to say. But then Jen asks to see the photo. And Tamara, as she's pulling it up, you could tell she's like, okay, this is worse than I was hoping she'd figure out. So she's like, I was maybe being a little shady. And then she shows the photo and it's like, bitch, of course. I had this flash. I know I have a few photos that were taken of me during like my heaviest phase at Soho House when I was like prepping a table or something. And they were just like taking like action shots of us setting up. And I remember how horrible this one photo was. It sent me into a whole spiral. And I just thought, oh my God, if someone was on television was showing that damn picture of me, it would be so devastating. Like devastating. So I was here for Jen going, why do you go there? If Evie, her 14-year-old, did that to one of her girlfriends, I'd be like, you're a little bitch. That's right. Tell her, Mom. But it's kind of true. Like, Jesus, Tamara, it's not good. It's not good what you did. But then Tamara does what she does. She gives that routine apology. Like, look, that was a shitty thing to do, and I'm sorry. And Jen then gives her input. She's like, I think you just don't like this new version or this current version of me, that I have a voice and I'm confident. Tamara's like, no, that's not true. I love that you're stronger now. Jen says, okay, it doesn't feel like you do. And Tamara's pissed. Tamara's done. She's like, I already did enough of this routine apologizing. What else do you fucking want? And she goes, listen, I just told you I was pissed off. You kept poking at me. What else do you want me to say? And Jen responds, I want you to mature. And Tamara says, I'm telling you, I'm sorry. What do you want? Blood? And she clenches her jaw real tight. Like she bucked up. Like the rage took over. And this sets off Shannon. And this exchange here between them reminds me that Tamara doesn't actually like Shannon. And I'll never understand why Tamara keeps fighting to be her friend, because every time they're friends, they don't like each other. She doesn't like her. Everything about Shannon is annoying to her. So Shannon's like, you'll go so low when you're mad, and we all need to say it's okay. Tamara, she can go low because that's who she is. And then Tamara goes, oh, but you just do it behind everybody's back. And obviously there's some truth to this, because then Shannon goes, I like you, Tamara. I have reservations because you and I have been like up and down all the time. It's tears. I miss you. I love you, whatever. And then Tamara, she keeps doing this. How about the 10 years that I've been there for you, Shannon, where you got divorced and all the other things that you've gone through? And I thought, now you see, that was a long time ago. And it hasn't been 10 straight years of you supporting each other, because you guys had a falling out and have been like that for so long. So I don't think you can say 10 years of supporting each other. You've had a rocky friendship, and it's because Shannon annoys you. Because she is a victim and she's always a mess and it's always chaos, and that irritates you. But you don't know how to just admit that you just don't. It's like you might miss Shannon. I don't know exactly what you miss. Maybe just like her attention or something, but I don't know. And Shannon gets to say to her, you told me that I sucked the life out of you. And she goes, you do. So that's what I'm like. So so therefore, don't be friends. What are you doing? And then Shannon, you have not been in my life for a year, and I've never been better than without you in my life. I'm surprised. Shannon, did she say never been better, or she might have said never been happier? Because Shannon loves to say, this is the happiest I've ever been in my life. This is right now, it's the happiest I've ever been. She likes to say that. And Shannon goes, I don't know if you realize how hard last year was, because there was not one time where you did not come after me. And Tamra is like, all right, that's it. I don't want to go backwards, but you would drink and you would say things that were not great about people. Okay. And she goes, but not winning this one. Gina even said she's concerned about your drinking right now. Of course. Gina, amateur. You should have got ahead of this. But now, I mean, look, I don't know if she really says it, but she says, I worry about you in this little thing before it goes to be continued. But let's see what she really says in that scene. I don't know. But yeah, we saw that fight happening. All right, let's talk about Watch What Happens Live some more. Jen, just what a mess Jen was. Another question that Jen answered with zero clarity. The question was, has your opinion of Gretchen's story changed now that you've seen what she said on camera, that she did go to the hospital? Great question. Absolutely. And this is what Jen says. That was hard for me to watch. Gretchen and I are becoming really close. I was like, becoming? You're still in the becoming really close phase? I would hope by now, after filming a season and whatever, you guys would just be close at this point. Anyway, I'll continue. She says, and I've heard all these stories from Gretchen, but you know what, Andy? She's never told me that. So to hear her say that, don't think I didn't pick up the phone. I'm like, girl, what's going on? I'm going to just tell you didn't. When she goes, don't think I didn't. I'm like, now I think you definitely didn't. And then Andy rightfully goes, well, what'd she say? She said it was really hard. She had a lot coming at her that night. It was during the day. She said she was really tired and said she misspoke. Andy's response to this is exactly what it should be.
And she said she misspoke.
Okay.
Anyways, all right, I think I need to go. I think I got through this. Just sort of. We'll see how this goes. I won't know until I go to sit down and edit it. And then I might want to demote myself. I'd be like, Emily, I'm fired. I was going to do a wrap up this week without Kendrick, but I don't think that's even fun. Honestly, it's not fun doing like a hot topics by yourself, because then you're like, isn't that great? And then like, I can't hear anyone. It's too lonely. It makes me feel too sad. So I probably won't. If I change my mind, I'll throw up a announcement on YouTube or social media or something. But it's been giving me so much anxiety, like sitting there by myself live. I haven't done that in so long, and it's just so lame. Every time I do, I don't like it. Anyway. But Salt Lake City starts next week. Oh my God, I cannot tell you how excited I am. I am too excited. Oh my gosh. And that's going to be fun. All right, now I'm going to go for real. Okay, I'm going to get myself together. Loves you. Means it. See you next time. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to She's Speaking with Emily Hanks. This show is produced, hosted, and edited by me, Emily, and brought to you in partnership with Cloud 10 Media. If you are looking for bonus content, check out the Patreon. The link is in the description. To show some support, you can hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Another free way to support the pod, please rate and/or review on whatever platform you listen. It's free and it helps the algorithm or something. You could also head to buymeacoffee.com/shespeaks and buy me a coffee or two. Make sure you're following me on all social medias. I am She's Speaking with Emily Hanks across all platforms: Threads, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. That's it. Thank you guys. See you soon.